Let me hit you with something raw right now. It's not the complicated stuff that's holding you back. It's not the big words, the fancy systems, the overnight hacks. It's not that you don't know enough. It's that you've been skipping the basics. Everybody wants to level up, but they don't even have a foundation to stand on. You're chasing greatness while ignoring the groundwork. You're trying to build a mansion on sand, and that's why it keeps falling apart. Listen, life and success, they are built on fundamentals, simple, timeless principles that don't trend on social media, but they build empires. Discipline, consistency, work ethic, focus, gratitude, integrity, self-awareness. These aren't motivational buzzwords. They're the bricks, the mortar, the frame. And without them, no matter how many goals you set, no matter how much content you consume, no matter how hard you grind, you'll keep getting in your own way. You don't need more hacks. You don't need another 5-step strategy to success. You need to look at the boring basics, the stuff no one claps for, the stuff that doesn't get posted online, the real stuff that separates people who talk from people who live it. Because here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And your habits? They are the proof of whether or not you've mastered the fundamentals. Want to know why most people stay stuck? Because they skip the small things. They think the basics are beneath them. They think success lives in the next big idea, not in today's small disciplines. But let me ask you, what's your relationship with time? How do you treat your health, your mind, your money, your word? How do you handle failure? Can you stay focused when no one's watching? Can you delay gratification long enough to win the long game? Because that's where the real game is played. And let's be honest, you already know the fundamentals. Wake up early, take care of your body, show up with consistency, master your mindset, protect your energy, honor your commitments. It's not rocket science, it's self-respect. But knowing them and living them are two different things. See, mastering the fundamentals is not about having knowledge. It's about building the discipline to practice them when you don't feel like it. And that's the hard part. That's why people avoid it. Because the basics, they're not sexy, but they're necessary. You want a powerful life? You want success that lasts? Then stop chasing shortcuts. Stop bouncing from idea to idea and start mastering the simple foundational things over and over and over again, because the person who masters the basics will always beat the one who's addicted to complexity. So today, I'm not here to hype you up. I'm here to wake you up, to get you grounded, to help you stop looking for the secret and start becoming someone so solid in the fundamentals, life no longer pushes you around. Because once the basics are mastered, you're unshakable. And when the world throws chaos at you, you won't fold. You'll function. Number 1, discipline, the first and final skill. If you want to master life and success, you start here. Discipline, not motivation, not excitement, not inspiration. Discipline is the foundation. Why? Because discipline shows up when the feeling is gone. Discipline says, I made a decision, and I'm going to honor it, whether I feel like it or not. That's what separates the people who almost make it from the ones who dominate. Motivation fades, but discipline builds empires. It's waking up early when no one's watching. It's saying no to distractions, not just once, but every single day. It's showing up for yourself even when your energy is low, your mood is off, or your results haven't shown up yet. Everyone wants to be successful, until success starts asking for their discipline. Because let's get real, you'll never rise above the level of your discipline. You can dream big, speak affirmations, make vision boards, but if you don't have the discipline to back it up, you'll be stuck in the same cycle, year after year. Discipline is what gets you in shape. Discipline is what builds the business. Discipline is what turns chaos into order, weakness into strength, and habits into a legacy. The world will hand you distractions every single day. You'll have every reason to quit, to slow down, to coast. But discipline, it keeps you on the path when everything else is pulling you away. You want to master life? Learn how to tell yourself no. Learn how to delay gratification. Learn how to keep promises to yourself, especially the small ones, because the small ones, they build the muscle. Nobody sees you waking up before the sun. Nobody claps when you study, train, or grind in silence. But that silence, that's where greatness is being built. See, most people want freedom, but they don't understand. Freedom is born out of discipline. The disciplined get to choose. The undisciplined stay stuck in survival. So today, if you feel stuck, it's not because you're not capable. It's not because life is against you. It's because you haven't built the muscle of discipline strong enough to carry your goals. But here's the good news. Discipline is a decision. And the moment you decide, I don't miss, I don't quit, I don't negotiate with laziness, your life begins to shift. Because success doesn't come to the most gifted. It comes to the most consistent. And consistency, that's what discipline looks like, in motion. Number 2, master your time or be owned by it. Time, the one resource you can't earn, buy, beg for, or borrow. Once it's gone, it's gone. And yet, most people treat time like they have forever. They waste it, they scroll it away. They give it to people who don't value them, to tasks that don't matter, to routines that don't move them forward. You want to master life? Master your time. Because here's a truth most people ignore. Your calendar reveals your character. How you spend your hours reflects what you actually value, not what you say you value. You say you want success, but you haven't carved out 1 hour today to work on your goals. You say you want freedom, but your time is owned by distractions. You say you don't have enough time, but you've got time for gossip and comfort. It's not a time issue, it's a priority issue. And let me tell you something hard. If you don't respect your time, no one else will. The world will keep stealing your hours until you decide to protect them like your life depends on it, because it does. The most successful people in the world don't get more hours than you. They just treat theirs like gold. They plan it, they track it, they use it like a tool, not a toy. Every hour is a seed, and the question is, what are you planting? You don't need more time. You need to eliminate the things that waste it. Cut the noise, cut the drama, cut the endless talking and start moving. Cut the someday mindset and lock in today. Structure your day like your dreams are real, because if you don't, your days will be stolen by other people's agendas. Here's the shift. You're not busy. You're distracted. You're not tired. You're unaligned. You're not too late, but you are running out of excuses. Start with a simple rule. If it doesn't build you, don't give it your time. That means turning off what's draining you. That means saying no more often. That means creating space, not just for productivity, but for clarity. Because when you control your time, you control your destiny. Every goal you've ever had lives in the 24 hours you keep wasting. So take ownership, start scheduling like a winner, start tracking like a builder, start living like your hours actually matter, because they do. Want to master success? Then master your minutes, because you're not running out of ideas, you're running out of time. Number 3, control your mind or it will control you. You can master your body, you can master your schedule, but if you don't master your mind, it will sabotage everything you build. See, your mind is your most powerful asset or your most dangerous enemy. It's the voice that says, you've got this, or the voice that says, who do you think you are? Most people don't fail because of external circumstances. They fail because their mind was never trained for the battle. Here's the truth. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, not successful. It wants routine. It wants predictability. It wants you to stay exactly where you are, even if where you are is draining your soul. Your mind is a battlefield, and every day you either win or lose based on one thing, your thoughts. The average person lets fear dictate their actions. They let doubt dominate their decisions. They let negative self-talk run on autopilot 24/7, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. You can't think like a victim and live like a leader. You can't talk like a quitter and win like a champion. The words in your head shape the world around you. So ask yourself, what story are you telling yourself daily? Because your life is always moving in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. If you keep thinking small, you'll act small. If you keep expecting failure, you'll find it. If you keep repeating, "I can't," then you've already lost. You want to master success? You've got to take your mind back. And that means intentional programming. Feed it the right things. Books that challenge you. Voices that speak life into you. Affirmations that rebuild your identity. Guard your inputs like your life depends on it, because it does. Social media, toxic news, gossip, envy. These things are polluting your potential. You can't expect peace while entertaining chaos. You can't expect clarity when all you consume is confusion. Every morning, your mind wakes up ready for war. If you don't tell it what to think, it'll tell you how to live. And let me remind you, mindset isn't just about thinking positive. It's about thinking powerfully. It's about confronting the lies and replacing them with truth. It's about saying, "I am not my past. I am not my doubts. I am not who they said I was. I am who I decide to become." You're not weak. You're not broken. You're just undisciplined in your thinking, and that can change. Today, your mind is a weapon, and if you sharpen it, train it, and control it, there's nothing you can't do. Number 4, consistency, the hidden power behind all greatness. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked, underrated, and misunderstood fundamentals of life and success: consistency. Everyone wants to grow. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to change their life. But few are willing to show up every single day when it's hard, boring, repetitive, and unrewarded. You know what separates those who make it from those who don't? Not talent, not luck, not resources, consistency. It's the man who works the land daily, even when the sky doesn't promise rain. It's the woman who wakes up and honors her craft, even when no one is watching. It's the individual who says, "Today, again," when everything in them wants to quit. Because here's the truth. Success is not about what you do occasionally. It's about what you do consistently, without fail, over time. It's easy to act disciplined when you're inspired. It's easy to be focused when life is moving smoothly. But what happens when there's no applause? What happens when the results take longer than expected? That's when consistency is tested, and that's when your character is revealed. Consistency is the bridge between your goals and your greatness. It's the slow climb, the unseen hours, the daily stretch. It's not glamorous, but it's the reason some people wake up one day and realize they've become unstoppable. And the truth is, you already know what needs to be done. You've known it for a long time. The problem isn't knowledge, it's consistency. Anyone can start, anyone can talk about change, but only the consistent build the foundation strong enough to carry a life of purpose. You want to master your health? Be consistent. You want to build discipline? Be consistent. You want peace in your spirit, clarity in your decisions, strength in your body? Be consistent. Even when it's slow, even when it's silent, even when it feels like nothing's happening. Because while others are busy searching for shortcuts, you'll be building a life that's unshakable. Remember, the small things you do daily are more powerful than the big things you do sometimes. So don't underestimate the power of one day, one routine, one decision. Do it again and again and again until it becomes who you are. Because consistency isn't about perfection. It's about showing up until you no longer need motivation to do what must be done. That's when you know you've mastered a fundamental. That's when success becomes a byproduct of your daily choices. Number 5, self-respect, the silent force behind true success. There's a deeper reason people stay average. It's not just lack of skill. It's not just fear. It's that they haven't built self-respect. Because once you respect yourself, you don't allow laziness to lead you. You don't tolerate excuses. You don't entertain behaviors that betray your own potential. You move different. You speak different. You make decisions not just based on feelings, but on standards. Self-respect means doing what's right even when no one's watching. It means refusing to break promises you make to yourself. It means being honest enough to say, "I expect more from me because I was made for more." You know when you're operating beneath your capabilities. You know when you're cutting corners. You know when you're letting comfort win. And every time you let it slide, you weaken your belief in yourself. Because deep down, your soul is watching, and it remembers. It remembers the times you gave up too early. It remembers the lies you told yourself to justify inaction. It remembers the moments you chose ease over excellence. You can't build a life of success while silently disappointing yourself. Real success begins when you say, "I'm done letting myself down." Not for applause, not for trophies, not to prove anything to anyone else, but because you understand. Your life is your responsibility. When you respect yourself, you start guarding your energy. You protect your mornings. You elevate your speech. You hold your ground when temptation comes knocking. Here's the secret. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. Self-discipline leads to progress. And progress leads to belief. Not borrowed belief, not external validation. Real, unshakable, earned belief. That's when things start to shift. Because the moment you start to see yourself as someone worth showing up for, your habits change, your pace changes, your path changes. You're no longer waiting for someone to come save you. You become the kind of person who saves yourself. So if you want to master the fundamentals of life and success, start here. Honor your own word. If you say you're going to wake up early, do it. If you say you're going to finish the task, finish it. If you say you're going to change, then show up every day until the change becomes real, because you can't walk into your future dragging the weight of broken promises to yourself. Your greatness won't come from what you say, it'll come from what you prove, day by day, through how you live. That's self-respect, that's the root of discipline, that's the fuel behind consistency, and that is how you master the fundamentals of life. So, build the foundation first, then build the life. At the end of the day, it's not the loudest that win, it's the most grounded, not the flashiest, but the most faithful to the fundamentals. Discipline, time, mindset, consistency, self-respect. These are not just words, they are tools, weapons, pillars that hold up the kind of life most only dream about. And the truth is, nothing extraordinary is ever built without mastering the ordinary. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're done with empty promises to yourself, if you're ready to stop spinning and start building, go back to the basics. Own your time, control your thoughts, honor your word. Do the small things like your entire future depends on it, because it does. Success doesn't need to be complicated, it needs to be respected. Take care of yourself, build your habits, and never forget, the ones who master the fundamentals eventually master the world.